Welcome back to my grand campaign. Got 24 subscribers now. There's lots and lots of very interesting comments as well. Thanks for listening, and thanks for letting me know that that you are enjoying it, and the little bits of things that you enjoy watching in particular as well. It's always nice to hear from people. So we're on video 103, and if you remember, we've taken Madrid. We're looking into improving the troops in Madrid, and we've improved the troops in Madrid. We're looking into sort of upgrading Spanish churches, and I'm also checking the settlement just to see if I can take any troops out of it yet. I want to use some troops elsewhere, maybe attack these places on the Spanish peninsula there that are quite attractive, like Portugal, and there's Gibraltar down at the bottom, and then even into Tangier. They don't seem to have many troops there because I can see them when I look, because I've got access to them from my trade routes. This is Empire Total War United Provinces campaign, by the way, just in case I didn't mention anything. We're playing this on hard for the campaign and hard for the battles as well, and we seem to be more settled in France now. If you remember, my decision was, please check back on previous videos to find out what has happened, because there's quite a lot of history gone on now, quite literally. What I'm doing is I'm looking into what I can do with the troops that I've got in the north of Europe. I've decided to move the spare troops that I had in France, they're the ones that defeated the rebels, down to Spain now, and be a bit more aggressive about taking areas of Spain. If you remember, we made the decision some time ago to not proceed with the building up of the navy and carry on with the fleet campaign, because although fleets are great because they can take prize money, they also cost a lot of money, and so you're sort of depending on them winning battles all the time rather than establishing a regular economy. Okay, so we've gone for the land war really in Europe, principally because we're being attacked so much by so many aggressive people around us. We thought, well, we might as well take these places off you. I am still using, though, Württemberg and Hanover as buffers from the eastern side of Europe, so I keep sort of filtering troops through, as you could see then, from Amsterdam into those areas, just to make sure that those fortifications I've got there are well manned. This is the force from Guatemala. The Spanish army came up to Guatemala, tried to take it off me. I moved some Mexican forces down to support them. We defeated the Spanish, and then recently defeated also their repulsed army. I've now started to replenish the troops in here. As you can see, the little crosses on there for each one, and I'm moving them further and further south. It narrows around about Panama, so it looks like nothing should be able to get past me when I get to that point there. North of Guatemala that you're looking at there now is Mexico, and then north of Mexico is the Pueblo territory. The Pueblos so far, touch wood, seem to have been kind to me. They don't seem to have any incursions into our territory at all. The Spanish have fought them quite a bit, I know, from those that used to be in Mexico, and there are some Spanish provinces above Pueblo territory as well. So I suspect, or I hope, the Pueblos are occupied fighting the Spanish up there at the moment. Okay, remember there's a large fleet in here somewhere in the Caribbean, a large Spanish fleet. I've already said that we decided to go for the land option. That meant that our navy has fallen back in terms of development rate. The Spanish have actually got some really quite big ships now, and there's no way that a small navy, even though I've got lots of boats, would be able to take on such big ships. It means I don't have command of the Caribbean Sea anymore, I'm afraid. It's a bit of a risky area for me to be. I can only pick off easy targets, so I'm having to move my troops over land. This is my fleet up there in the English Channel. They're blockading trade routes at the moment, principally to Sweden, who have remained an enemy. So it's one of my sources of income. This one down here has got, look, big ships in it, second rate, at least one second rate in there. I haven't got anything that take that on. This is like 84 guns on a second rate. It's vast. And when you think a 6 rate has got what, 30 odd or 20 odd for brigs and things, there's just no way. Ships like that will just blow me away. It's not just the number of guns they've got; it's also the strength of their hulls. So they'll take a lot of pounding without flinching while they're still blowing you to bits. because I've gone for the land option, he says grumbling again, I haven't built up my fleet, so it's looking like I'm going to have to steal some ports from these land masses. If the Spanish are producing decent ships, then they should have some ports that I can take by land, you know, and start producing my own decent boats there. Okay, now I've got to apologise for this. I did a year end. We've gone over in the year end over to the winter of 1724. And I simply moved across. Do you remember that army I moved out of Madrid and moved it back again? Well, I changed my mind and decided during the turn end to take Portugal. We took it fairly easily, did it on an auto resolve, and then I thought once I'd done it, oh no, I haven't recorded this. So I switched the recorder on, so you've seen it just after I've done it really. So all we've had is a turn end. You can still see the notifications there from that turn end there on the left. So not much happened really at all, other than the fact that I took Portugal, which you could say is quite a lot to have happened really. Okay, so I need to sort out Portugal. You can see I'm building up some of the buildings there, reconstructing some of the buildings so that it settles the population, barracks there so that I can raise more troops, or you know, dragoons and things which will settle the population. And you can see the troops that I lost when I attacked the place, so I'm going to replenish those. Not so much the general, I'm not too worried about that. He can turn up on the battlefield with just one or two friends as far as I care really. It's the other troops that I really need to build up more than anything else. The school or university in Portugal needs to be got rid of because it's just going to make the population less happy. I want to settle the population as quickly as possible really. Looking around for some decent ports as well that I can get some ships in that will take on that fleet up there that's robbing me of my trade. This is one of the problems with relying on trade, overseas trade, which the Dutch do. Unfortunately, those trade routes can be blocked very, very easily and very quickly, and it places the Dutch at a distinct disadvantage if it's relying on overseas trade. Okay, this is the one of the very few spies that I've got. My spies seem to be particularly bad at assassinating people, so I'm going to use them a bit more for finding out where the enemy armies are. Move it all the way down. I know I'm moving it there to Madrid in Spain, but really I'm going to be going further than that. I'm going to go all the way down to Morocco and Gibraltar. I say Morocco, it's Tangier I think it's referred to as. Anyway, the northern part of France, sorry, the northern part of Africa, where it meets the southern part of Spain. It's where the Moors all came in, of course, isn't it? Okay, these are the Württembergers. Austrians are still friendly with me. The Württembergers just keep attacking me all the time. So oh, that's just one of those residual messages from the turn end again there. This is what I'm looking at most. Where can I get ports? Or where can I produce ships that are big enough to be able to tackle those that the Spanish have got on the west coast there, the west coast of Spain? It's a bit disappointing to me that I can't. That there are ships out there that I just can't take on. Right, we'll move these over towards Panama. There it is. Like I said to you, it's a very narrow area that, which means that it's unlikely that the enemy will be able to get past me. At least not without me being able to intercept anyway. So, to the north of me is the Pueblo territory, and to the north of that is are the Spaniards. So I suspect that the Pueblos and the Spaniards are fighting amongst themselves. Now this is a proper year end now, and I'm speeding all this up because obviously we don't need to see every single move. Oh dear, there's Hanover gone. Hanover was an ally of mine, and that's Austria taking Hanover. They've only got one territory, so that's Hanover out of the game. I've lost an ally. Also, I've lost a trade partner. I really do need to recover that trade somewhere, so I will be fiddling about trying to find someone who will trade with me in their place. Notice they're sending their gentlemen over to my universities to steal from me now.